Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second period of the Breckenridge Vipers home opener against the formidable Reno Ice Raiders. 3-1 after one. We'll get a reset here. Lights are on and we are about set to start for the second period. Mitch Bailey, Luke Noble, and Trevor O'Neill, second line for the Vipers out there. Holloway and Minton in the middle for Reno. I'm sorry, I'm trying to see a number. It's like number 6. Could be, sorry, 96 on left wing there for Reno. I don't have him on the sheet. I know that traveling's always tough in this league, folks. Long way to go. Reno about 15 hours from Breckenridge, so all the owners do their best to put a very, very good hockey team on the ice, but it is challenging sometimes, scheduling conflicts with hockey players, but Wilson will fire that in. That's blocked aside. Scanlon blocks the clear. He'll hammer that right back on, and Mitch Bailey, he'll control. That puck is picked off by Reno, by Minton in the middle, who will shovel it aside for Hollowell. Mitch Bailey now. He'll wheel around. Mitch Bailey, he'll move to Cody Wilson, leading the charge shot. That's tipped aside, but deflects off the glass and into the slot. Mitch Bailey in control. He's going to shot off. That's turned aside. And Mitch Bailey again with it. He'll chip it in and look for a change. Reno now, a lot of speed out of the defensive zone. Wheels, he'll pull it through the legs, but Hawkins says nay, nay. And it is all the way down the ice for an icing, and we'll go do it again. Third line out for the Vipers. Asenzo, Fisk, and Bodie. Reminder, folks, we do play NHL rules here in the Mountain Hockey League, with the exception of the trapezoid. The goaltender playing the puck is really the only difference in rules. So the offending team does not get to choose which side the face-off happens after the icing. So, the offensive zone team has an opportunity to select. That pass is collected by Asenzo in the middle, and he'll fire that right on. Collected, no rebound from the Reno goaltender. And we'll have an offensive zone face-off here with 18:22 to go. Giori in net for Reno, I'm being told. Apologize for not having his name sooner. That's picked up by Bernstein in the slot. He'll fire it on. That's tipped wide. Fisk now. He'll send it around for Asenzo, who finds Bernie coming down the middle. 2 chances at it, but Giori equal to the task. He'll clamber that up in the glove, and we'll get an offensive zone faceoff. 18-0 left in the second period. We've been up and down, folks. Mike Ivory, Sogren, Day out there for the Vipers. That Sogren will control the corner. He'll rim it around. And Reno will come out with some speed. That's poked ahead. Day now. He'll send it up ice where Reno looks to control. That's chipped. Wilson over to Scanlon. Scanlon, he'll make a pass through the middle. That gets tipped wide, and Scanlon now picks that one off in the neutral zone, slows things down, gets it in. Looks like they were looking for a call there. I'm not sure if they got tripped up, but fans are into it. Scanlon will pick that off in the slot. Walks down the slot. Sogren, he'll flip it on net. That's blocked off. Fairgren now. Fairgren, he'll chip it in. Takes a heavy hit from Cody Wilson. And Scanlon now in the neutral zone. He'll chip it ahead for Eli Kendall. Kendall already with 2 goals on the night. He's on a hat trick watch. Kendall with a little reverse hit. He'll flip that aside to Garrett Bailey. Bailey back to ice. And wow, this first line for the Vipers looks dangerous. Wilson across for Scanlon. Scanlon, he'll walk it in. Shot, that's turned aside by Georgi. Scanlon now behind the net. He'll wrap it around. That's flipped and chipped ahead. Bailey, he'll send it low. And Reno will control. 3-on-2 out the other end. Ice with a good back check there. 17 for the Vipers. He'll control. Leave it for Wilson. Ice with a little, maybe a hurry up pass there. Gets knocked down, and Garrett Bailey will swing back to control. He'll swing inside for Scanlon, who looks for the stretch pass. That's picked out of the air by Gano, and JR back to play it. Reno brings it to the middle. That's broken up. Ice and knee through the middle. He'll control, winding it up. Great defensive play there through the neutral zone to break up that offense. Ice will flip it to the middle. That's deflected. Oh, and thank you very much. I've got a lineup sheet. Reno will wheel it around. Fans very loud in the building. They are into it. Garrett Bailey, he'll wheel it across to the other Bailey. We like to call them the Baileys, especially when they're on the penalty kill. France Monty, he'll chip it aside. That's going to go out of play into the Ice Raiders bench. And we're going to get a face-off with 14:56 to go. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night on YouTube. We're streaming live from Breckenridge, Colorado. Mountain Hockey League action coming at you. Friday and Saturday nights all winter long from some of your favorite little cities, towns across the Rocky Mountains. We've got Gallo back to play it. He'll send it aside, and Reno turnover. Big save from J.R. Engelbert. Broken play there. And Luke Noble will battle in the corner. Mitch Bailey now looking for a pass out of his zone. Noble up to O'Neill. O'Neill, he'll dish it off for Bailey. Bailey, he'll try to bring it through the middle, but that's broken up. And thrown at the net by France Monty, but just wide. And Reno controls. Nuke Noble turns back. Trevor Poole, my color guy and resident do-it-all human being, has joined me in the booth. Trevor, what did you think of that first 7 minutes of the second period?
I thought there were some great chances for the Vipers to capitalize on in the Reno end. And I feel that those broken plays really have a chance to put another on the board for the Vipers if they can keep up the pressure in the offensive zone.
I think so. You know, we haven't seen a lot of sustained pressure from either of these teams. It's very run and gun, one and done. You know, some of that may be this is early in the season, teams getting to know each other chemistry, structure-wise, but things tend to settle down later in the period. That's Mike Fisk there. He'll heavy on the body. And Reno control come up the ice. Hollowell in hard on the forecheck. And Hawkins up for Bodie. Bodie, he'll find a Senzo through the middle, and that's broken up. Reno the other way. More up and down the ice, folks. And Vipers
And
back.
a nice carry out by Hawkins. Shot on net. Held by Reno.
Little
face-off in the offensive zone.
Little quick, tricky face-off, or a little shot there from Hawkins. Saw him loaded up there on his hip. Try to sling it to the far side. Goaltender was all over it, but seeing that a lot from some of these younger kids using very whippy sticks and very tricky shots, where they're able to get a lot on that by leaning on their hip and flinging it to the far corners. Reno now. 2-on-2. Close on offsides there, but that's turned over. Wilson. He'll hit Day. Day. Down the left side wing. He'll fling it over to the right. That's collected by Ivory, who throws it on net. Just a little too wide. Sogren now. He'll chip it around for Day. Day battling for it. Sogren, turnover. Pass over to Ivory, who tried to fire it on net just wide, and that's broken up. He'll go for a change. Long stretch pass broken up, and Scanlon will collect it, leave it for Ice. Ice, who up to Bailey. Bailey up to Scanlon. Scanlon, he'll walk through the slush. Shot hard on the glove side, but Giori snaps that one up, and it remains a 3-1 hockey game. Looked like teams just needed a moment to settle in, Trevor. You know, the defensive responsibility has picked up certainly in the second period.
Yeah, they're really evening up the shots on net here, and you hate to see it as a Viper fan, but darn impressive out of Reno after the end of the first period.
Oh, you know, this game has been up and down. The first 5 minutes of this game was definitely a little wake-up call, I think. Get to know you. I know Reno's got some newer guys, but we got a hockey game on our hands here, folks. That'll go into the Vipers bench, and we will do it again with 11:34 to go in the the second period. Face-off just outside the Reno zone. We've got the first line for the Vipers have all 3 goals. Out there, Ice, G, and Kendall. Ice will win that face-off back to Gallo, who slings it over to France Money. He'll look for a DD pass, but nobody home. Gallo to retreat. Gallo will slow things down. Gallo. Pass is picked off, and a dangerous one there, right in front of JR. He was able to pick that aside. Ice now, one-man breakout, passes it up to G. G back to Ice. Ice, he'll cut in, shot from a hard angle, just wide. That'll kick out to the slot. France Money right on, but that's kicked aside.
Beautiful example of hockey intelligence right there with the positioning of Ivory at the top of the zone to collect that loose puck and potentially keep the Vipers in the offensive zone. And in fact, we have an offensive zone face-up coming up here right now.
Trevor, I don't think that was Ice, not Ivory. Mitch Bailey now to take the draw. Got some very excited fans here in the offensive zone for the Vipers. Hawkins over to Bernie. Bernie, he'll sling it on net. That gets tipped aside. That's slung in front of the net, and Bernie again hammers it. Great save from Kiori. And I apologize if I'm not saying his name right, but great goaltender. Really nice blocker save there. Bernstein walked down the slot, was able to really lean into that. Fiore just blockered it aside into the upper netting, and we'll get another offensive zone faceoff for the Vipers.
And Reno takes the tip, collects it behind their own net, chips it out up the boards, and we're going to have an icing touch-up here.
Thank you, Trevor.
Of course, that's why I'm here.
Hey, it's a team sport, on and off the ice, folks. Takes a lot to put these games together, but do it for the love of the game. We've got 10:29 to go in the second period. The shot's 31-20 in favor of the Vipers. A lot of scoring early in the first. Teams have seemed to have tightened up. And we've got Kendall now. O'Neal, he'll flip it back for Bailey. Bailey shot on, and Giori again equal to the task. He'll snap that one up, and we'll get another offensive zone faceoff.
Yeah, Giori's been lights out with that glove tonight. A lot of glove side saves and really helping the Ice Raiders to stay in this challenge.
Keeping him in it, and I'll tell you what, he is quick. There's been some broken plays, a lot of trolley tracks down the slot, and he's been turning them aside.
And Reno through the neutral zone.
Scanlon
collected
back
by Scanlon and passed on. Vipers control in the Reno end, and the cycle coming back into the neutral zone.
It's all good. No, dead air's fine. Dead air's fine. It's okay. We can listen to the sound of the game, folks. It's all good. Fine. Well, we've got a stoppage here.
Little tie up. 23 from Reno will be escorted away by a few Viper defensemen. Looks like no call on the ice. Just a few friendly words.
Oh, I'm sure they're friendly down there.
I'm certain they're friendly, Ricky.
Of course.
If they were mic'd up right now, what do you think they'd be saying? I'm sure it's all.
What are your Christmas plans?
All positivity there.
Senzo will win that back. And that is picked up by Reno, throw it on net. Cody Wilson, he'll chip it ahead for Bodie, makes backhand pass over to Senzo down the left-hand wing, wheeling around. He'll stop, throw it in front of the net, and that's picked off. But Scanlon steps in, picks that pass off, winds up shot, save. Giori off the upper left of his chest piece. Scanlon with another very intelligent hockey play, picking that off and creating a scoring chance in the high slot.
Yeah, that's the type of play you really love to see out of a defenseman, up at the line and really helping his team into the O zone.
Oh, absolutely. It's really smart veteran hockey there. That should be the length. We'll get another face-off here. Ivory, Day, Sogren out there for the Vipers. And Hawkins and Bernie. Hawkins is a rookie for the Vipers. This is his very first Viper game. Let's see if he can make an impact. Face-off controlled by Reno. That will go all the way down, and we get another icing.
They're really enjoying using the full sheet of ice tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Well, 10,000 feet. We're up here, Trevor. You live up here, Trevor. You know how the altitude can affect you.
We certainly are up here. We've lost about 7% oxygen coming up from sea level, so we're at about 13%. So I'm sure Reno's feeling it in the lungs at this point.
Oh, absolutely. A little shorter bench for Reno, too, so that is definitely going to affect you, especially later in the period. That's chipped ahead. Gallo now, he'll retrieve. That's forechecked hard by Reno. Gallo now, he'll flip it ahead. 50-50 puck for Kendall. Kendall now across the line. He'll leave it for Ice. Ice walks in, shot from a hard angle. That's kicked aside by Giori. Kendall now. Kendall leaves it for Ice. Ice with some time off the room. He'll circle. And quickly taking off the puck. And 2-on-1 the other way. And wow, Reno just skating past the Vipers there. Did you see that, Trevor?
Yeah, they really looked like they were on a whole different plane of existence than our boys right there.
I'm sure thinking we were flat-footed, or didn't think that he had maybe as much speed as he did. Kendall now, he'll wind it back for Garrett Bailey. Bailey, he'll wind it up, but just a little ahead of Kendall, so Reno go the other way. We've got a quick 2 on, oh, he'll shovel it at the net. JR will turn that aside. That's put up to the point, shot, kicked aside by JR. That's rimmed around.
Yeah, beautiful save by Engelbert.
I'm not sure what the whistle was there for, Trevor. Did you see?
Pretty quick whistle there. I think it maybe goaltender interference on Reno, but
no,
I'm not sure we had enough for that.
Looks like the net might have came off there, folks. We've got 7:15 to go in the second period. Shots 34-23 in favor of the Vipers. Mitch Bailey to take the face-off. That's won by Reno, controlled, and 50-50 puck in the defensive zone for the Vipers. O'Neill now. Back for Scanlon. Scanlon to Wilson. Wilson, Scanlon. Scanlon now through the middle. He'll dish it to Noble. Noble. He'll bring it all the way in and look for some options. That's Mitch Bailey will pick it up behind the net. He'll flip it over to Wilson, and he fires it just wide. Scanlon, he'll throw it on net, but that's picked up fairly deftly and sent the length of the ice. There will be no icing on the play. And Wilson winds it up back to get it, and he will go 2-on-1 the other way. Wrapped up, and we do have a penalty here on Reno for a slash. So first penalty of the game, Trevor.
Been a nice clean game so far. Yeah. The Zebras have been holding on to their whistles, and we really like to see that. You don't want a game that's over officiated.
No, absolutely not. And you want the players to decide the fate of the game, but that's surprising. We only saw one penalty through more than half of the game here, but the Vipers will go on the power play here for the first time. 2 minutes for slashing on number 21, who is not on the official MHL sheet website, but I apologize, I don't have to know. Ice now through the middle, he'll shoot just wide left. That's chipped by Minton, almost out of the zone, but Cody Wilson will collect and bring it to the middle. He'll wheel, shot tipped, controlled by Giori, and we'll do it again.
Again, that glove side continues to serve Reno well. You wonder if the Vipers are going to try and swing it out to the other side on them and go against the blocker there.
Oh, I think they're just taking what's given, my friend. Giori has been equal to the task, basically, every time they're shooting that puck.
Oh yeah, this has been a fantastic game for Breckenridge so far.
Face-off controlled by Reno, and that's fired the length of the ice. JR back to play it. He'll hold on to it. Scanlon back to collect. He'll leave it for Wilson. Wilson now for Kendall. Kendall will wind it up. He'll get zone entry on the right side. He'll stop and set it up. Back for Scanlon. Scanlon, he'll leave it for Ice behind the net. Back to the slot. Shot. Save. Giori. Kendall through the legs, but Giori again will go to the task. Bailey, he'll wheel around for Kendall. He'll use the outlet back to Kendall. Kendall over to Cody. One-timer, sticked aside, and looks like Ice was looking for a tripping call there on Giori. He didn't like it, but ref Randy saying no, it looked like you skated into his crease. Bailey now, he's back. 45 to go in this penalty to the Reno Ice Raiders. 5 to go in the second, scoreless second. Vipers remain up 3-1. Ice now trying to bring it out. That's broken up. And we've got a hand in the air, and it looks like Ice is going to the box for a hook. And we will play 4-on-4 for 29 seconds, and then Reno will go on their first power play. Ice going to the box for a hook.
Yeah, looks like Ice went clean through Giori's stick there and really sort of took the carbon fiber apart on him. He's back over at the Reno bench getting some new lumber, and those are expensive, Ricky. What do those run these days?
Oh, 400 at least.
Yeah, that's an expensive penalty.
We have Blade Tech Hockey as the Mountain Hockey League official provider of sticks and steel. I'd like to thank Blade Tech Hockey for their generous sponsorship of the Mountain Hockey League and the Clear Cup presented by Blade Tech Hockey. Asenzo now to take the draw. He'll win it back to Bernstein. Bernstein, he'll take his time. Remember, 4-on-4 for 20 seconds, and then Reno will be on a power play. Bernie, he'll move it up for Hawkins. Hawkins, he'll pass it over to Asenzo, who fires it on net, but Yuri just able to close the door, and Reno will go the other way. And 50-50 puck in the neutral zone, 2-on-1, Reno the other way, and 2 seconds to go, and now Reno will be on the power play here for about 1:30. And we've got a whistle here, folks, and we've got a trip. And looks like it's gonna be on the Vipers, so 5-on-3 hockey here, folks, for 1:30. Luke Noble goes for a trip, and we will see a 5-on-3 out of Reno. Chance to get back in this game, folks.
Absolutely, a chance to even bring it within one would be fantastic for Reno here. They're really looking to at least pull within one before the end of this, I believe.
This game is tight. Vipers have definitely dominated, definitely in the shot category, 39-23 favoring the Vipers. 5-on-3, Mitch Bailey, Derek Scanlon, and Cody Wilson out there for the Vipers. Reno will control the face-off sign from the point. He'll set up. That's set up into a box, and looks like Reno's looking to go to work here. They've got a bunch of bullets. Oh, but just a blown pass. Hands it right to Mitch Bailey, who says thank you very much and sends it the length of the ice. We'll do it again. Reno winds it up, and 5-on-3, not a lot you can do there. He'll have to send it down, and Reno sets up once more, and we'll try again here. We've got about 52 seconds to go in the penalty to ice, and that shot fired on net. JR kicks it aside, and Reno now looking for a seam pass to the middle there, looking for a little tip play to the far side. That just goes just wide. Pass to the slot. Good passing play there from Reno through the seam twice. Just missed on the back door. Reno now looking good on this 5-on-3. Oh, just missed the one-timer. That is fired out of the zone, and Reno will have to tag up, and that'll be offsides. So 13 seconds to go in the penalty to ice and knee on this 5-on-3 power play for Reno, and 45 seconds to go on the penalty to Luke Noble on his power and his penalty. There's 3:05 left to go in the second period.
And some really good looks out of the Breckenridge penalty killing unit here tonight, Rick.
Yes, absolutely. We've got Bodie to take the face-off. That is tied up. Reno, though, will control. 5 seconds on the box. And that's sent the length of the ice. That'll do it for the 5-on-3. Ice now. He'll hit the ice. Looks like he needed to do up his chin strap there. Got that sorted, and now we'll play 5-on-4 hockey for the next 20 seconds before Luke Noble hits the ice. Shot, pass, score, Reno. Nice passing play from Reno. That'll end the power play. We'll play 5-on-5 hockey from here, folks, and now we have a 1-goal hockey game. 2:37 remaining. Nice move there from Minton, who took that pass on his forehand, brought it back to the backhand, off the post and in. Not a lot a goaltender can do there. Has to really respect that shot, and coming back against the grain, he's able to tuck it home, and we got a 1-goal hockey game here, folks. Mountain Hockey League action, close hockey. We'd love to see this. 3-2. Sogren, Day, and Ivory out here for the Vipers. And Reno will control. Reno down. Scanlon takes that off the Reno defense and moves it up to Ivory, who fires it across. Great pass over to Day, who just couldn't get enough of it. And just wide, but really nice pass there from Ivory.
Fantastic setup from Ivory.
It really was. Ivory really good vision there. Saw Day driving hard to the net. Day just couldn't get it quite enough on it, and it was a little wide. Sogren now didn't take a face-off. And that is in the corner. Dale blow a tire, and Scanlon now, he'll fire it. That's tipped wide. Reno now up the ice. That's thrown in, and JR is out of his net to, he'll wind it around. And 3-on-2 up the other. Oh, no, Day is able to just get it in and look for a change. Cody now, quick turnover in the net. He rims it around, but Giori with a great save.
And the gloves aren't off yet, but we certainly look to be heading that direction with Wilson squaring up with Reno here.
Well, and
I didn't catch Reno's number, but nothing too aggressive. Just some love taps.
That's Huron, Jeff Huron, and I'll tell you what, they both are tough customers. Cody Wilson and Huron, they are both willing to drop the mitts, so wouldn't be shocked to see that later in the period. 1-goal hockey game. I'm sure Coach Battenberg is telling Cody to keep those gloves on his hands. He needs them on the game, not in the box. Ice now, first line for the Vipers out with Gallo and France Money. 1:37 to go in the second period, 1-goal hockey game. Gallo, he'll chip it on net. That's tipped aside by Ice. Reno now. Kendall, he'll pick it off in the offensive zone. Little pitch and catch here from the Vipers, and the referee looked like he got tangled up with the Vipers, and 3-on-2 the other way for Reno.
And the Zebras making it into a little bit more of a contact sport down the end there.
Oh, looked like he just got tangled up there. Gallo now. Reno, a little offense here. Oh, pulls it through the middle. Nice play there. Through the middle, trying to create some offense. And we got icing here. Oh, a little extra from Kendall, and he's going to go to the box for that.
And there goes Kendall letting him know we're not going to be bullied in our own barn here.
Well, that's going to be a tough one. After the whistle, shoved him down. 55 seconds remaining, and Vipers are going to go on a penalty kill here, I'm thinking, because of that. So Kendall's going to go to the box. I'm thinking for roughing after the whistle, I'm not sure, but he's still having a conversation with Reno. Still talking to the referees. It looks like we're going to have a penalty kill here with 55 seconds to go in the second period. Kendall's going to the box. I'm not sure what the call is just yet, but pick one. It was after the whistle, so we're going to have a Reno power play for the remainder of the second period. And
yeah, so we'll be carrying 1:05 into the third on 5 versus 4 for the Reno here.
Gallo now, he'll send it around. Bailey, Ice, and that's sent around 1-on-1 here. Ice will come down short-handed. He's pushed off the puck hard and taken into the boards by Reno. And another couple hard hits here, back and forth between Reno and Vipers. More like what we're used to seeing out of these two teams. And I'll tell you what, 25 seconds remaining. This game, physicality and intensity has picked up quite a bit. Fans love it.
You can really feel the energy heating up in this barn as we start to bring the second period to a close here. Reno being shepherded away by the refs. Quick conversation between Scanlon and one of our linemen down on the ice.
That's Randy down there. So 25.8 seconds to go here. We've got Bailey and Asenzo. And the faceoffs will be brought outside because the defenseman came into that scrum, I believe. So Asenzo in to take the draw out there with Bailey. 5-on-4. Remember, the Vipers still on a penalty kill. That's sent the length of the ice, and Reno back to retrieve. Hollowell up for Sign. Sign, he'll turn it over, and that is chipped out by the Vipers. Hollowell back, 5 seconds left to go in the period. Sign, one last opportunity. They'll fling it at the net, but that will be the period, folks. It is 3-2 Vipers after 2 shots, 40-26 in favor of the Vipers. 1 minute, 5 seconds remaining in the penalty to Eli Kendall. And we will be back to you in about 17 minutes. We're gonna do Chuck a Puck, cut the ice, get a drink, and have a thrilling conclusion to this Mountain Hockey League action in Breckenridge Vipers home opener here in Breckenridge, Colorado. Brought to you by Breckenridge Grand Vacations, The Clear, Ollie's Pub and Grub, EMX Royalty, and all of our sponsors we'd like to give a big thank you to. We'll be back to you soon. Thank you, folks. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for Mountain Hockey League action. We are 3-2 Vipers. One period will decide it, folks, in this two-game series between the Reno Ice Raiders and the Breckenridge Vipers. 1 minute, 5 seconds remaining in the penalty to Eli Kendall. And Reno will start on a power play to begin the third period. We are just waiting for the lights to come on, and we should be ready to drop the puck here, ladies and gentlemen. Very exciting between these two top teams in the Mountain Hockey League. Top line for the Vipers, all 3 goals. Eli Kendall collecting 2 of those. Almost all the scoring in the first period, with the exception of Reno to bring them within 1 in the later half of the second period. Ivory run by the very, very enthusiastic crowd. We've got a chant going on in the stands. So, Senzo in to take draw. He'll win it back to Scanlon, who will control. He'll take his time and flip it down. Senzo hard on the PK offensive. He likes to call it the power kill. Bailey and Senzo in. And Reno break into the offensive zone. Bailey now, he'll look, he'll flip it up, but that is not cleared, and Bestovoy, sorry. He'll throw it on net. Jarrell control, 34 seconds remaining in the penalty to Eli Kendall, who is at the door like a dog waiting for his owner to come home to get out of this box. We've got 34 seconds remaining in his penalty. Noble and Bodie in. That faceoff's won back by Reno. He'll chip it in. Wilson now, he'll throw it up the ice. And Noble will have to battle for it. And 2-on-2 shorthanded here. Noble shot. That's fought off by Giori. 10 seconds on the box. Reno will control into the Viper zone. Sign now. He'll leave it for Gustavo, who slings it to the middle. Good shot on net there. Vipers now full strength. Kendall out of the box. He looks to chip it in, but that's collected by Reno, who elects to throw it up the middle of the ice. Nice move there. Reno with some good offensive pressure. Turnover in the slot, rebound, score, 3-3. We got a tie hockey game here, folks. Bang, bang, play. Shots 41-30 in favor of the Vipers. Score 3-3, 18-20 to go in the third period. We got a hockey game on our hands, folks. Collected that puck in the slot. Hard shot on JR's pad. Had to kick out the rebound and collected his own rebound and fired it home. So, 3-3. Reno win the face-off. That's shot down off Hawkins' head. He'll kick that out in front of the net, leave it for Bernstein. Bernstein, he'll wheel it around for Bailey. Bailey leaves it for Ice. Ice circles back, reloads. That goes the length of the ice. Giori will elect to cover it. We'll get an offensive zone face-off for the Vipers here. First line out there for the Vipers. Bernie, Hawkins on D. 17:52 to go in the first period. Looks like Vipers are going to elect to change. Second line coming out, Trevor O'Neill, Noble, and Mitch Bailey. Face off, loose puck. Minton, he'll lip it out. And battle for it in the neutral zone. Bernstein now. He'll wheel it in. Oh, that's broken up by Reno, who throws it east-west, and Mitch Bailey, assistant captain of the Vipers, leading scorer in the Mountain Hockey League. I'm sorry, actually on the Vipers last year, leading goal scorer. He'll move it up to Hawkins, who fires it on net, and Giori snaps the trapper around that one with 17:11 to go.
And it looks like Trevor O'Neill is down at the other end having a little chat.
You know, Trevor O'Neill, good old Canadian kid, doesn't mind dropping the mitts. Very, very in shape human being. Just a specimen, frankly. 40 years old and still playing at an extraordinarily high level. On the other side of the coin, you got Elson Ison-Nee, only 20 years old. Leaves it for Derek Scanlon, who walks to the middle, and he's down hard. He is not getting up. We've got a whistle.
That was a fantastic chance for Scanlon, but
looks like
you hate to see him down on the ice like that.
Yeah, he's not getting up. We've got the trainer coming out. We got a stoppage. He is.
A couple of his fellow Vipers joining him.
Looks like he went down hard there as he took the puck to the net, trying to drive the middle. Got tangled up the goaltender and went down hard on his hip. Trainer's taking a look at him, but the way he came down, I wouldn't be surprised if he banged up his hip, but we're gonna take a look at him here. Everybody's very concerned, obviously. Great hockey player, be a tough loss for the Vipers.
Yeah, after a quick review of that, it looks like he might have gone down hard on his right shoulder after cutting across that crease for that chance. And he's up, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic news. Skating to the bench under his own power. We love to see that. And the way he's holding that arm, I would be willing to bet that was a shoulder.
We'll take a look. He doesn't look like he's leaving the bench. I can tell you, I've known Derek Scanlon for quite some time, and that is one tough customer. So
definitely a tough gentleman.
I'd be shocked if he left the bench, but that's not to say he's not hurt. Mike Fisk now.
And another Viper going down, getting his bell rung and shaking it off a little bit there. Pretty visceral reaction for the Breckenridge fan section, letting Reno know how they feel about that kind of hockey. And
what happened there, Trevor? I missed it, actually. It looked like, was it a high stick or is it rough? Mike Fisk now, he'll win the faceoff back to Bernstein. Bernstein, he'll wheel around for a Senzo. Senzo will control. Senzo, flip it back to Bernie, and that's turned over at the blue line, but chipped out. Senzo now on the forecheck. Hawkins, he'll fly it in, and Reno back to collect. 3-3, 16:27 to go. Hawkins, he'll pick that off in the neutral zone, bank it off to himself, but a lot of 50-50 pucks at blue lines here, folks. Oh, tipped aside by Reno, and JR very deftly covers that, stops things, slows it down. 16:15 to go. First line for the Vipers come over the boards. Oh, wind that back one more time, Audie. So our technical director, Audie, got a repay. Oh, it was a follow through on the shot. He caught a stick, Asenzo, that last play that we didn't know what happened. Follow through. It's actually not a penalty. 2-on-0 here for the Vipers. Quick break, ice, shot, crossbar and out. 2-on-0, crossbar and out. Quick break now. Reno the other way. Great back check there from Ice. Breaks it up, and Reno doesn't even get a scoring chance. Back and forth action here, Trevor.
Yeah, Reno attempted to call their own penalty on that one for a moment, and didn't look like it worked out for them. So
that was good. Good.
Breckenridge carries it on through the neutral.
Back to return. Kendall on the forecheck. Gallo. He'll swing it up for Ice, who fires it on net. That's tipped aside. And Vipers able to break up that breakout. Garrett Bailey back for Ice. Ice, he'll poke it ahead. Collects it behind the net. Steps out. Shot. And that's broken up by Reno. Gallo now. Bailey. Bailey battling for it in the corner. He'll kick it out to Gallo. Good offensive pressure here from the Vipers.
And that speed of that pass for Ice was just incredible.
Chipped out by Reno, who will control, trying to circle back. Garrett Bailey picks his pocket and goes the other way. 1-on-4. A lot of confidence from Garrett Bailey. Having been his line mate for years and years, I can tell you he can do things with the puck that you can't believe. So much confidence and so smart. Urin now. Tries to make a pass in the middle, but he'll recollect it off O'Neill's foot. Bailey now. Bailey, he'll chip it out. That'll get outside the zone. And a lot of 50-50 pucks in the neutral zone here. Derek Scanlon back on the ice. Looks like he's okay. That's good to see. Wilson now up to O'Neill. Their Vipers are going to be called offsides. 14:09 to go in the third period. Vipers, Reno tied with 14:09 remaining. Shots 43-33 in favor of the Vipers. Second line out there for the Vipers. Top D pair, Cody Wilson and Scanlon. Good to see Scanlon back out there, Trevor.
Absolutely. After a hit like that, always pleased to see them playing at the level that we expect.
Mitch Bailey hard to the net there, trying to bring the puck. Trevor O'Neill now, he'll cycle it around. Mitch Bailey now in the corner. He'll leave it for Trevor O'Neill. Trevor back for Bailey, back to Trevor. And he'll flip it in front to Noble, who trying to get that on net, just couldn't quite keep the handle. Scanlon kept it in the zone. And, oh, no, he didn't. Apologize. We got an offsides call. It looked like he knocked that down, but we've got an offsides call.
And the Let's Go Vipers chant being led by the Viper out of the corner here.
It's like we have a little clock issue. Maybe they were letting it run on purpose. I'm not sure. 13-17 go. We've got the third line out there for the Vipers. Asenzo, Fisk, Bodie, with Bernie and Hawkins. 3-3 hockey game. This is what it's all about, Trevor. Like to see tight hockey games down the stretch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fisk will battle for that in the middle. He'll try to throw it on net. That's just wide. And Reno controls. He'll bring it up the neutral zone, but it's broken up by Bodie, who tries to send it back in. Reno now. He'll chip that in. And Bernie back to recover. Bernie now. For Asenzo. He tried to kick it with his foot, but that's recovered by Reno. Now Asenzo's got it. He'll leave a lead pass for Bodie and 3-on-2 the other way. Bodie now. Trying to leave it for Fisk, but tied up there defensively.
Yeah, good opportunity.
Breakout, broken up by quick chance here. Asenzo, he'll throw it on, sorry, Bodie will throw it on net. That's kicked aside. Bernie now. And chipped out. And Reno get a change. Good pressure here from the Vipers, Trevor.
Absolutely fantastic to see them attacking the offensive zone like this so far into the game, and with us tied up.
That's really what you want to see out of the third line, though. A lot of energy, a lot of pressure, right? And Reno the other way, 3-on-2. Gustavo, apologize, chips it in. Hard hit there from Bodie on the boards, but that puck remains in the slot. Reno here with a chance. That's off Engelbert's face. Good stop there, hanging tight. And now Ice is on a break, one-on-one. He makes a move to the outside. Shot, save. Giori, nice save against just a very talented.
That glove side has just been steel for Reno tonight.
Absolutely. Giori's been playing great. Both goaltenders really are playing one hell of a game. This is a good hockey game, ladies and gentlemen. 3-3, 11:26 to go as Reno enters the Viper zone. Oh, good move there. Number 2, apologies, the name. Oh. And Garrett Bailey's gonna pick it up in the neutral zone. He makes a move, trying to bring it to the middle, but shoved aside. A lot more physical play you see here in the third period. What do you think, Trevor?
I think that's absolutely been a factor for Reno bringing themselves up and evening up the score here. And I'm wondering what their coach was telling them in the locker room between the second and third to bring this level of energy out of them.
Very well coached team, actually, top to bottom. Oh, Bailey with a great shot block there. Goes the other way, knocks it down, creates some offense. Holloway trying to really run through Mitch there. He's able to chop around. Back and forth action here. 10 minutes to go. Cody Wilson now, last guy back. He's gonna get hung up, but we've got a penalty on Reno, delayed penalty, and Engelbert will come out, so go 6-on-5. So delayed penalty on Reno. Looks like it's gonna be a hook on Reno. Cody Wilson doing a great job to fight that off, draw the penalty, and the Vipers will get their second power play of the game. Remember, the first one was negated by a power play by a penalty that ended up 4-on-4. So they haven't had a whole lot of power play time, Trevor.
No, the Vipers have really been limited on the power play this game, and we're really hoping that they can capitalize on it here.
In Santa Rosa last weekend, the Viper power play looked really strong. So hoping to see something out of the Viper power play here. Looks like the refs, they're sorting it out. I think we've got a timeout from Breckenridge, and Coach Batts has got something to say. Probably a good move there. You got your big dogs on the ice for a long time there. Get their legs. Pivotal moment of the game, wouldn't you say, Trev?
Yeah, absolutely a great point to take a timeout here by Coach Batts. Just shows the intelligence behind the Vipers bench. When you have that line out on the ice, you really want to draw something up for them, especially when you're mixing new players in here, like Ice, who's joining this line for the first time this year.
Yep.
Sometimes that 30 seconds on the side of the ice is worth an entire goal in the game at the end of the night.
Well, a lot of times, just calming everybody down, understanding the moment, getting your new guys, get everybody on the same page, come up with a plan. But this is the big dogs here. You got first line, first deep pair out, power play 1 for the Vipers. Ice, Gene, Kendall, Wilson, and Scanlon. Good to see Scanlon out there after that scary little interaction. It came taking the puck to net, went down hard on his hip. Good to see him out there.
Yeah, he must have had his head on the ice for almost 90 seconds, and that's just a scary spot to see from up here.
Absolutely.
We don't want to see that for either side.
Derek Scanlon has played so many professional games. He doesn't sit on the ice lightly. So Ice in to take the draw. Pivotal moment here in the game. That's Hollowell, got a penalty for hooking. And that puck will leave the zone. Scanlon to retreat, over to Ice. Ice.
Nice crisp pass there.
9. Ice trying to make a move there in his own zone. That's broken up. Ice will collect it. And zone entry. Vipers looking to set up this power play. That's sent in. G collects. G. Over to Scanlon. He'll bring it to the middle. Back to G. G. Trying to move it down to Ice. Ice up the wing. He'll circle over the top, looking for a lane. Shot, that's deflected into the corner, and Scanlon picks it up. Scanlon, he'll bring it to the middle. Looking for a lane. Walk, shot. Kendall just couldn't get quite enough on that. and fired it wide. Minute gone in the power play for the Vipers. 9:05 to go in the game. Ken Ice will wind it up.
Just under a minute for Reno to kill here.
And shot, we've got a whistle here. I'm not sure what it was for. I think the helmet may have come loose on Giori. Yeah, I think that's what they called. The helmet may have popped off loose on Giori on that shot from Ice. Maybe surprised him a little high on the collarbone there. Shots 47-35 in favor of the Vipers. 3-3, 8:55 to go. Trevor, we got a hockey game on our hands here.
We certainly have one developing down on the ice, and it's a welcome sight here.
Power play second unit out there. Mitch Bailey,
We stay tight.
Bodie, and O'Neill with Bernstein and Hawkins. 45 seconds to go on the penalty. Bernie back to get it. Bernie now for Bailey. Bailey. He'll send it in for O'Neill. Reno goes the other way. That's knocked down out of the air. And that's offsides for Reno, so they'll have to tag up. Bodie back now. He'll wind it up. 10 seconds remaining. Shot on net. That's kicked aside, kept in by Burns. Oh, nope, not kept in. That's offsides.
Kendall has something to say. Definitely some pleasantries being exchanged.
That's O'Neill, and there's a little scuffle after the whistle. O'Neill not hesitant to get in the mix, as we have seen time and time before.
Definitely not a gentleman I would like to tangle with on the ice.
Oh, absolutely not. It doesn't look like we're going to get any penalties out of that, but just an offsides call. So 8:14 to go. Fourth line out there for the Vipers now with Scanlon and Wilson. Sogren, Ivory will dump that in. Sogren now hard on the forecheck.
And back to even strength.
Back to even strength, 8 remaining.
And that one took a flyer, but landed right back on the ice.
Sogren to Scanlon, Scanlon to Wilson. Wilson, he'll get the line and dump it in. Joey Day hard on the forecheck. He'll bump it loose, and 21, Reno lost his stick. Sogren now hard on the forecheck. Vipers fans getting a Let's Go Vipers chant here, rattling through the building. Wilson now to retrieve. Wilson, he'll wheel the net. In the skates, but he gets through.
The second time we've seen Wilson's stick handling really pay off for him.
Wilson with the one-man breakout. Shot, got his own rebound off the boards and got another shot. Scanlon now. He'll leave it for Wilson, and little choppy in the neutral zone here from the Vipers. Kendall, he'll chip it up. And Kendall have to wait there. Ice was still in the zone, so Reno the other way. Gustavo now through the neutral zone. He'll take a shot from the high slot, but that's deflected high and out of play. We'll get another stoppage. I believe that faceoff will be inside the zone with 6:46 remaining in the period. 3-3 is your score. 49-35 shots in favor of the Vipers. Lots of shots in this game, Trevor.
Vipers consistently out shooting Reno still, and yet they're not sneaking one by Yuri.
They have tested him. Kicking Ice out of the face-off here. Kicking them both out of the face-off, actually. I apologize. Say, I want all new centers, says the refs. So Bailey, Garrett Bailey, and Gustavo will be in to take the draw. Bailey will win it back to Gallo. Gallo kicks it off his foot. And protecting the puck there. But actually pops out to Reno. Reno trying to take the puck to the middle. Ice will collect it and leave the zone. Nice little chip play there from Ice. He'll kick it over to Bailey, who rims it around for Kendall. Kendall now back to Bailey on the rim. Bailey behind the net. And that puck is taken off him. Tried to throw length ice, but got a piece, and now Reno on a break. Fast break, shot, saved. JR on the breakaway.
Engelbert stepping out of the net to close the angle on him. Just real great goaltending.
Unbelievable save there from JR, bailing out his teammates. And now Reno 2-on-1 the other way. Pass cross, shot scored, 4-3 Reno. And it is a Reno lead on the road, 4-3 with 5:51 remaining in the third period.
Reno sneaking one past Engelbert there.
Well, you know, you hate to see that right after a great breakaway save and then jailbreak the other way and then a 2-on-1. Not a lot he can do.
Especially after that penalty kill. They've really done a good job holding him off up until now.
Yeah,
And
that's a tough
see what
one.
this line can do for us.
It's a tough one to give up late in the third period. 5:50 remaining at home, Vipers home opener. See what the Vipers got. Mitch Bailey now. Oh, that's picked off by Noble in the offsides. So 5:30 remaining, 4-3 Reno. Vipers home opener here in the Mountain Hockey League early in the season. And looks like we're gonna have it all the way down in the Vipers' end. So Vipers will.
Looks like they're signaling the offensive zone face-off for Reno here.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Expecting it to come down the neutral, but
Bailey will win that back to Bernstein. Bernie will wheel the net. He'll look like he was looking for Bailey there, just a little too hot to handle. Oh, Bailey picks that up. Nice play from Bailey to bring it to the center of the ice. Tries to put it on net, goes off high off the glass. Bailey now controlling the puck behind the net. O'Neill. He'll rim it up for Bernie, who puts a shot on net. That's easily turned aside. And we're gonna have a penalty here, folks. That is gonna be delay game on Reno, so Vipers will get another opportunity on the power play. Opportunity to try this game, Trevor.
I think our odds are good here. I think we can come away with one and even it up and hopefully head into overtime and win it there.
Well, that would be exciting. We've got a very strong power play. Ice, we've got Cody Wilson, Scanlon.
And Derek Scanlon.
And Eli
Fantastic
Kendall.
lines out there.
Fantastic power play. They got an opportunity to prove it here. 4:57 remaining. Big time opportunity here. Trevor, really you got to think this is your opportunity. Otherwise, you're going to be looking at pulling the goaltender late in the period. So you get one here, it changes the game. It's Derek Scanlon now. Ice. We'll move it to Scanlon. Scanlon through the middle, back to Ice. Ice will come down the wing. He'll turn back, looking for a seam. He'll flip it over to Scanlon. Scanlon back to Ice. Ice, he'll throw it on net. Shot, tip, scored.
Yeah!
Kendall with the hat trick.
Beautiful Breckenridge Vipers goal.
Unbelievable. I believe, I don't know, I'm sorry, Ice got it, or yeah, Ice must have got it. Nice goal. Another goal from the top line there, 4-4. We got a tie hockey game in Breckenridge, Colorado, 4-4 in the Mountain Hockey League.
And would you look at the home fan section? They are loving this action, Ricky.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. 4:36 remaining, and we have got a hockey game on our hands. 4-4, another nice goal, flipping it to the net. Good patience from Ice there and the power play. Wilson now to retrieve. Scanlon to Fisk. Fisk for Senzo. Senzo will leave it for Fisk. He was trying to poke it by, but that's broken up. Bodie now. Bodie, he'll send it in deep. Senzo hard on the power play, on the forecheck, sorry. That's thrown and blocked in front of the net.
Well, when it worked last time, you got to try again.
Oh! Great pass there from Senzo to Bodie. Just couldn't get a handle on it, right on the doorstep. And Gustavo now the other way, shot just wide. Bodie now, 3-on-2. Bodie, he'll take it wide. Looking for Fisk. Fisk checked. And we're gonna see an interference call, I would guess. Yep, there's an interference call on Reno. That is the call. And the Vipers now will get an opportunity to go.
Take this one home before OT kicks in, and that would really be fortuitous because it seems they've waned a little over the course of this game, whereas Reno seems to have built their own strength and really sort of mustered a comeback that I certainly did not expect heading into the third.
You know, these two teams are very tight. These teams are very good. You know, I expected to see a close hockey game down the stretch, so this is not surprising, but I'll tell you what, you got to take advantage of your opportunities when they come. So PP Unit 2 will start here for Coach Batt. And Hawkins now, he'll fire that on net, rebounds loose, puck's still loose.
Fought for by O'Neill.
Looked like Yuri thought he had it, but he didn't. And ref could see the puck, so they kept it going, and now we've got a fight.
Oh, hey.
Oh, we got a big-time fight. Big-time fight in front of the net, and O'Neill.
Reno attempting to pump up their lack of fans, which is certainly an interesting move, being booed down by the locals here. They didn't like that one bit.
And it looks like O'Neill and Yuri got into a good one. O'Neill looks like he's headed for the room. Looks like maybe he caught a couple in the face there. O'Neill looks like he's hurting a little bit.
I think he might be seeing a couple stars at this point in time. It looks from the replay that he caught a pretty good one high up, and
yeah, that looks like it was tough.
To see that.
Yeah.
Again, hopefully we've had a couple players down on
hopefully
the ice.
He's all right. We'll get back to you with an update, see if he's okay.
We're going to the live instant replay up here in the booth.
Yeah, he looked like he caught a couple. Yuri was definitely willing to drop the mitts there pretty quick, and Yuri caught him in the face quite a few times. So O'Neill's a tough customer. Hopefully he's okay. We got a good training staff and a doctor on premise, so hopefully he's going to go get looked at, and I'll get back to you folks for you at home. Make sure he's all right. I'm not sure we're going to get any change in what's going on, but there's definitely some blood on the ice, so they're going out to scrape that up. We've got 3:28 remaining. Fans loving it.
Fantastically, we have a really good medical team here to look after Trevor O'Neill after that hit.
Yes,
and
sir.
That's really an important facet here. He was able to skate under his own steam. He was definitely seeing some stars after that little Tilly down in front of there.
Good ice maintenance crew here is scraping up the blood off the ice, so we'll get that handled, and then we're going to get back to the action here. Tie hockey game, 4-4. Looks like Eli Kendall and G are getting a little explanation from the referee as to how that's going to shake out, but I believe we are still going to be 5-on-4. Vipers still with 1:44 remaining on this power play. Wonder what they've got in store here. It looks like ice crew's going to get this about ready to rock, and we'll be back to the action here, folks.
Wilson signaling his line mates back over for a little chat before we get ready. Reno already taking advantage of the time afforded to us by the additional ice surface laid down so valiantly by our Vipers.
I'll see if I can get an update for you folks here as soon as I can on O'Neill's status, but he did skate off his own power. I think he'll be all right. And
so those will be offsetting penalties and will remain on a Vipers power play here.
5 minutes each for fighting, and we will. What you're hearing there is the public address from Jay Shields, voice of the Vipers.
bringing out all the ice techs to deal with this mess, and hopefully we can get moving again. The pace of the game for Breckenridge is going to be very important here. And you don't want them to get too cold on the side.
Well, you know, now's a good time. You can see the power play for Vipers. PP1 is getting together, talking. It's always a good sign when you look at a hockey team. You know, what do they do between whistles? You know, are they together? Are they talking through strategy? Are they communicating with one another? It's usually a good sign that a team is close-knit and they're doing the things that are going to be necessary to find success. You got guys looking in the air, not paying attention. Generally, it's not a good sign, but Vipers here are having a little conversation, starting to figure out how to win this hockey game with 3:28 to go and a power play. They got an opportunity here.
And as you're saying, Ricky, that tight-knit nature of the team really can turn the tide of plays in your favor, whether that's for Breckenridge or Reno. Just knowing what your line mates are looking to do and what their standard operating procedure is, you really sort of get a much better
feel for what's going on. All right, we're back to the action here, folks. 3:25 to go. Wilson to control. And Ice will bring it in. Shot on net. That's stepped aside. Puck still loose. And Vipers come up with it. Scanlon will slow things down. Looking for a little drop pass there. And that'll go all the way down to JR, who will put it on a tee for Garrett Bailey. Sorry for Cody Wilson.
Breckenridge taking their time here.
No need to hurry. Patience is key on the power play. Full positive control of the puck. And that is brought in by Cody Wilson to Ice. Ice, he'll look for Scanlon. Scanlon back to Ice. Ice to Scanlon. And they'll play catch. Scanlon looking for a seam, but that's broken up and sent the length of the ice by Reno, and Vipers will wind it back and try again. PP Unit 2 coming out for the Vipers. Senzo now. Senzo. He'll wheel behind the net, looking for Bodie in front of the net, but that goes off a Reno skate. He'll find Hawkins in the middle, and that's kicked aside. Giori's been so good tonight. Bodie now, tip. Nice little tip play there from Mitch Bailey, and Giori will snap that up. We've got
it right out of the air. I think I've only seen him bounce one out of his glove tonight, and that is just some incredible net minding.
16 seconds remain in the penalty to Reno. That faceoff's one back to Bernie. Bernie, he'll walk the slot. He'll throw it on net through a screen. That puck is loose, but Reno recovers. Oh, apologize. That is knocked off his stick and shot to Bailey. Shot, score! It is 5-4 Vipers with only 1:46 remaining.
Breckenridge Vipers goal. Mitch Bailey, number 8. You'll love to see it. 1:46 left in the third period, and Bailey pulls the Vipers ahead.
Big time goal from a big time player. 1:46 remaining. Shots 56-37. Vipers 5-4 with 1:46 to go. You know, it is the mark of a good team to be able to win close games. So we will see how the Vipers close this out with only 1:46 remaining. Top line out there for the Vipers. Second deep here. And Ice will win it back to Bernie. Bernie, he'll sling it up for Kendall, who moves it back to Hawkins. That is sent into the neutral zone. Reno now gains the zone. They'll fire it in. Bernie now back to recover. Bernie to Hawkins. Hawkins, he'll move it up to Kendall. That'll pop over stick and out of the zone. But Reno now offsides. They'll have to reload. 1:15 remaining. Hawkins now. Hawkins, he'll leave it for Bernie. Bernie looking through the middle. He'll find Ice. He'll get just a piece of it. But hey, the icing was called. Looked like Ice may have had a step on him. He didn't like it, but we are going to have an icing. So 1:03 remaining. Remember, Vipers have already used their timeout.
They have. So 1:03 remaining in regulation here. They're not going to get a chance to huddle unless Reno would like to take theirs. And I doubt that Reno wants to pull out of the offensive zone at this exact moment.
Doesn't look like it. We've got 1:03 remaining. Vipers up, trying to protect this 1-goal lead here. Fisk in to take the draw. That is one back to Bernstein for the Vipers. He'll look. Oh, looks like he was trying to go around, but that's knocked down by Reno. Good forecheck. That's sent aside, kicked hard into the slot, but.
Oh, and the shot on the empty net goes wide.
My
apologies. The icing call.
And my apologies, folks. I didn't see Reno has pulled their goalie, so it is 6-on-5 hockey. And that was an icing, so Vipers do not have the ability to change. 45 seconds remain. And Ivory, G, Bernie, Fisk, and Hawkins look to hold on to this lead. Minton, Sign. Got to think Watson's out there. G, that puck is won by Reno, but
it's tumbling for it. The foot race is on. He gets there just in time.
Reno does a great job. Goal!
Empty
net. Ivory gets a
beautiful celebration out of Ivory right there. He knows he's taking it home for the team. And the fans will be celebrating hard at Ollie's tonight after that goal. Ivory's definitely getting some free drinks, I believe.
Ivory with the empty netter, hard work goal on the forecheck. One hands it into the empty net to seal that up for the Vipers.
Really hard fought for down in the offensive zone for Breckenridge there, and you'll love to see them continue fighting to really secure that lead.
30 seconds remain here in the first meeting of these two teams this season, the first of a 2-game series that we'll have. We will be back right here at 7:30 tomorrow night in Breckenridge. You can get your tickets at breckvipers.com. Come and see a hockey game. These two teams, always close, always exciting. 10 seconds remain. Reno flip that behind, and 5 seconds remain. Scanlon, he'll wait, and it looks like the Vipers will be going home with a win at their home opener. The Vipers beat Reno 6-4 at home. Big win for the Vipers here, coming off of a tough road series against Santa Rosa.
Massive win for their home opener. Really good to see them bringing it up here at elevation.
You know, this league is gotten better every year in the 11 years that I've been playing in, and I got to tell you, that was a really good hockey game. Both sides, both goaltenders really played well. But Vipers showing some grit there, going down late, coming back, scoring, and really
kept me on the edge of my seat for the end of this game, and I'll be looking forward to puck drop tomorrow night at 7:30 Mountain Time, where these two teams face off again.
Thank you so much, folks, for joining us on the broadcast. I've been your host, Ricky Battenberg, and joining me is Trevor Poole, produced by Mountaintop Productions. Audie, thank you so much, Audie. You do a great job up here. He's been doing this for years. Started when he was, what, we were 15? 14. Well, thank you so much, folks, for joining us. Come a long way, and hopefully we will see you tomorrow night. Thanks for coming to Hockey Night in Breckenridge. We will see you again.
And Rick, it's been a privilege to be up in the booth with you tonight.
Hey, love you, buddy. Thank you, guys. Thanks for all the hard work. Let's do it again tomorrow.